All right, so here we go. So we're going to start this video by going to be working with adding integers, positive and negative integers. So one way that we discussed in class and how to possibly add these is through what we call zero pairs. Okay, zero pairs. Now the way zero pairs are is the following. So first you have to look at your problem and understand how many negatives, how many positives you have. Okay, so looking at the first number, okay, we have 3 negatives. Okay, so we would draw out, visually represent those 3 negatives. 1, 2, 3. Okay, and then you look at your problem again and ask yourself, do I have any more negatives? In this case, no. But we do have positives now. Okay, in fact, you have 5 positives, or positive 5. Okay, so you draw and visually represent those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, now what happens with a negative and a positive is they give you 0. They add up to give you 0. And this is how we get the name zero pairs. Okay, and this is because, of course, a negative and a positive are opposites, and the sum of any opposites is 0. Okay, so that's 0. That's 0. So then you look at what you have left over. And what you have left over is 2. But more specifically, 2 positives, or simply positive 2. And you're done. So the sum of negative 3 and positive 5 is positive 2. All right, let's look at another example. Let's say now you have a negative 2 plus a negative 3. All right, so here we go. So we represent these exactly the same way, just like the previous examples. So you look at your first integer, your first number, and see whether it's positive or negative and how many of those you have. So looking at the first number, it's a negative 2, meaning we have 2 negatives. 1, 2. Okay. Then you continue and look back at your problem and see if you have any more negatives. And in this case, we have more negatives. We have 3 more negatives to be exact. So we draw 3 more negatives. 1, 2, 3. All right. So now you look at what you have left over, or what you have as far as your symbols, and you have a negative and a negative. But a negative and a negative do not cancel. Only opposites cancel, like a positive and a negative. So those would not cancel. Will anything cancel? Well, the answer is no, because everything's exactly the same sign. So if nothing cancels, everything stays. So how many negatives do you have now? You have 5 negatives, or negative 5. Okay, and you're done.